Whitney Stadium in Mobile, home to the South Alabama Jaguars. As we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the South Alabama Jaguars. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing. The Chanticleers will kick it away to start us off. He'll bring it out. It's Jenkins. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So South Alabama's offense will go on the attack first. Last time we saw these guys, it was a rather forgettable experience for this quarterback. He turned the football over, he got sacked. Just not a good day at all, Jesse.
Well, the defense was able to rattle him. They hit him often, they hit him early, they got sacks on him, and then he started feeling it. His eyes came down, he started floating the ball over the middle of the field and putting it into trouble and got picked off. So it's important in this one, David. Up front, they do a better job of helping him stay on his feet to get into a rhythm.
The best quarterbacks in the history of the game, when you continue to hit them, they become very human, and they start to rush their thought process. So he got hit early, and he got hit often last week, and that's why they lost. Position 1, objective number 1 today. Protect him, keep him upright, let him get some confidence.
Here's the handoff. He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Back to pass, it's Davenport. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch, it's Jenkins. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. The Jaguars are marching down the field. Wide receiver comes in motion. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Under fire. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Fires to the big fella. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. Wants to throw it. Oh, they're after him. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And that is how you silence this raucous crowd. Defensively on the road. First drive of the game, setting the tone, getting a huge sack on 3rd down.
The Jaguars send out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. He will not make a fair catch. Field the punt and bring it back. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. So Coastal Carolina's offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came in.
Breaks into the open. Pass to 10. Touchdown, Chanticleers. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the 2nd level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They couldn't draw up a drive better than that one. Just gashed them for the big play in the running game. 1 snap, 1 touchdown. Coming out with it, it's Jenkins. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. South Alabama has it back. The Jaguar offense going to work. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. He's past the 30. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down. And the Jaguars heading quickly to the line. Motion from the wide receiver. To the air, it's Davenport. That's caught. It's Woods. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Flushed out of the pocket. Quarterback gets the first down and more. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Now the play fake. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Fires to the big fella. They'll bring him down right at the 20-yard line, and a fourth down looms, and decision time for this offense. That's the end of the period, and Coastal Carolina has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Taking it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Well, the defense does an awesome job here with their backs against the wall in their own red zone, coming away with an INT early. That could be a big game-changing type play in this game.
Coastal Carolina has it. The Chanticleer offense headed back to the field. After that last explosive running play, David, why not just try it again, right?
I mean, why not? Such a big, long, explosive run. You think, Jesse, maybe give it to him again? Or do you say, hey, QB, throw that thing out there?
I think you keep it on the ground, David. Honestly, I was watching the offensive line. They were fired up after that long touchdown run. You know they just want to go back out there again and get some push.
Quickly to the tight end.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the second level of that defense just for a second. It allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
And the Chanticleers have it with a 1st and 10. Looking downfield, it's Barber. He's got him.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
Red pass, it's complete. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. The Chanticleers kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. Here's the pressure. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
Nice job by this defense here. They didn't do a good enough job on the last drive, but, man, we got to get to the quarterback, affect him, get him in predictable situations like you did right here now on 3rd and long.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Got it in the middle, it's Tucker. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple first downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleeding.
And the shot to clear is trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. To throw, it's Barber. It's complete. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Coastal! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Missouri is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up before, and it's capable of it again today. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to South Carolina. Just another week of SEC football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Unloads to the right. Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds after picking up a couple. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Back to pass. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain. It's a 1st down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. Back to throw. It's Davenport. Fires to the wideout. And this is dropped. Oh, my goodness. Sometimes you're just too open. Gonna swing it on 2nd down. He's gonna let it go. Hits him in stride inside the 10. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Wants to throw, he's working against the clock. Touchdown, South Alabama! Quick strike through the air for the score.
That is exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this 2nd half.
On to attempt the try. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. They march 79 yards on the drive, and they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. They'll try the run. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. The shot that clears have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And that's a play the defense absolutely had to have. They've given up some big plays in this first half, and they're down on the scoreboard right now. Something positive needed to happen. Maybe that's the interception that changes the momentum in this game. It's now up to their offense to try and score some points here before the first half ends.
We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Grabbed behind the line, it's Jenkins. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The Jaguars now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. To the air, it's Davenport. Got it in the middle, it's Jenkins. Good, solid tackle. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And it's 3rd down, but they're going to go ahead and try the field goal and try to get points before the break. He'll try to knock it through from 38 yards out. And it's right down the boulevard. That'll bring him to within 4.
You've got to make the opponent pay for turning the football over, and while this team would have liked to have scored a touchdown off that pick, I think they're pretty happy getting the field goal.
On the move from inside his 5. They finally make the stop, and he almost ran that baby all the way into the locker room. What a way to end the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Man, a lot of ways to describe those first 2 quarters in Mobile, but let's just go with notable. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's head back inside Hancock Whitney Stadium.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Coastal Carolina takes over, and here comes the offense. Going right to work up top. Pulls it in. It's Tucker. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. They really got things moving on this drive. Second play of the drive comes from the 37. Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the grab. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. And the shot to clear is racing to the line in the hurry-up. On the run, it's John. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. They'll go to the ground. Using that running game to bludgeon forward. He's got 4 down to the 35. The shot that clears come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Here comes the heat. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
And the shot that clears will call on their punt team. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this one. Ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. Off play action on first down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking downfield, it's Davenport. Fires to the middle. Tight end getting vertical. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at him. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Keeps looking downfield. He's going to... Oh, he's got some space.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. The Jaguars are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. Caught close to the marker, it's Bullock. He's stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it 1st and goal from the 1. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Jaguars! And that one will give them the lead.
And the running back was not going to be denied on that play. He had a hole, he saw it, he put his foot in the ground, and that was pay dirt.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. He lofts one down the sideline. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. So now it's 2nd and long. From the gun, running back gets the give. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Now facing a 3rd and long. Turning it on. Gets it past the marker. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37. No question they wanted to get the ball to their playmakers, and both receivers have come up big through 3. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. So 1st down will open up the final period. Looking for space, it's John. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Stuck with a running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. They have it at the 43, 3rd and short, trying to avoid making a decision on 4th down. Looking for a man. It's Barber. Fires on the run. He's got it inside the 30. Touchdown, Coastal Carolina. And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
Yeah, and a nice job in the 4th quarter making plays, and a nice job being on the same page. QB, receiver. You could tell he broke with the football. He caught it in stride, gets into the end zone. Nice pitch and catch right there. Nice chemistry by the QB and wide receiver.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point splits the uprights. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, you could make a case this is the game of the week in the SEC. Oklahoma is down right now, and that's unusual for this program. Those fans in Norman expect excellence. Let's see if they can provide the spark this team needs. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Auburn. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have SEC fans buzzing all week. Guys?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
And that's a really nice route by the wide receiver, just understanding I got to win right now. I got to get inside of that guy, and I know I'm going to get contact. You run over the middle of the field on a slant, you're going to get hit. Nice job securing the catch, making the play.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. He'll keep it himself. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. And the Jaguars trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Davenport. Lost one deep down the right side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And here we go, down to score. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. This game is so close to being salted away if the offense can just run out the clock. Caught in the backfield, it's Hinton. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And some room to work. There he goes. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. They want that clock to run. Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Looking for room, it's John. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. He'll throw on 3rd down. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. The #1 job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap. Try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the passer. Right now, this offense just looks confused up front.
So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. That is no good. After the miss, the lead is still 4.
Man, what a missed opportunity for the field goal unit. You got a chance to put this game over the mark where they got to score a touchdown. A field goal's no good late in this football game. Now the tide has turned a little bit. Your defense is going to need to go out there and bail you out.
To the air, it's Davenport. Got his man. He'll get a fresh set of downs, stopped at the 31-yard line. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Looking to throw on 1st down. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play. Wants to pass, and he's got to make a play. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense covering it up. up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
These crucial situations you practice so much. Inside of 2 minutes, they score, they win. Defensively, how do you bow your neck? You force a turnover, force the fumble, get the ball back to your offense. Go get me a few first downs. This one's over.
Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. And the quarterback takes a knee. And now this team has fallen into a 3-game slide, and a season of promise has now had a lot of promises broken.
Yeah, this is a team that really needs to take a long, hard look in the mirror right now and make a decision. What are we going to be? What am I about? What am I willing to do at this point in the season to get this thing turned around? A lot of tough and real conversations are going to have to take place.
And this is when the coaches really make their money, right? How can I get my kids to focus when I know there's probably not a lot to play for down the road?